Now, four mean smoothing works in a similar fashion, but we need to use, instead of 3 numbers, we use 5 numbers. Okay, so this is our 2 mean smoothing work. And might actually fit our 4 mean over this side. So for our 4 mean, we're going to take the values from, so the first 4 values we're going to use are January to April, and then February to May. We're going to use, so what we'll get is for the January to April points, we're going to get a value that sits between February and March. And for the February to May points, we're going to get a data point that sits between March and April. Hopefully you can guess from there that once you've got these two, we're going to average those two out to get a mean value that sits on March. All right, so let's have a look at that. So for Jan to, where are we again? April. We get 10 plus 12 plus 6 plus 5. Okay, so that's where we get the name 4 moving mean from. We've got 4 pieces of data there, 4 values. Then we find the average of that. Then 10 plus 12 plus 6 plus 5 equals 33. Divide that by 4 and we get 8.25. Okay, so we can put 8.25 just here. Now we need February to May. Okay, February to May, so we've got 12 plus 6 plus 5 plus 22. Big birth month, May. 12 plus 6 plus 5 plus 22 equals 45. Divide that all by 4. We get 11.25. Okay, 11.25 plus our 8.25 divided by 2 is equal to 9.75. Okay. Then we can jump along again. So we're going to find the moving mean for April next. So April's moving mean starts to get crowded, but let's go here. Alrighty, the great thing about technology is it allows us to convey so much information. The crappy thing about technology is when it doesn't work when you think it is. So I've just done a heap of 4 mean smoothing examples that have not been recorded. So we'll go through those now and we'll do another couple of examples to hopefully get through what was just missed. Okay, so 4 mean smoothing, similar to 2, in the 2 mean smoothing we used 3 data points to get 1. All right, so we used January, February, March to get February's data point. Same for 4 mean smoothing. We're going to use 5 points to get 1 point. So we will use January, February, March, April, and May just to get Marches. So what's happened here is I've used the values from January to April. So 4 data points, hence the 4 moving mean. 4 data points from January to April, and also 4 data points from February to May. So what that's done is January to April has given me a data point or a value of 8.25. Okay, when I've added them up, divide them by 4. 8.25 sits between February and March. Then I've found the February to May values. And that value is 11.25. Okay, and that sits between March and April. Once I add those two together and divide them by 2, I get 9.75. Did the same thing, I moved one up. So I didn't start it, obviously I started January 1st, then I move up to February. Create 4 values, or look at the 4 values from February to May, and the 4 values from March to June. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values in total. Feb to May I've already got. March to June's value is 12.75. Add those two together, 11.25 for the March, April, and 12.75 just here. And I divide that by 2, I get 12. So April's value is 12. To go on with that, to find the value for May, we've already got 12.75 for, where am I? March to June. So I'm going to go April, the next one, from April, May, June to July. Okay, that one there. April to July. So I've got 5 plus 22, big birth month of May, plus 18, plus 13 for July. So we've got our 4 values, divide them by 4 to find the mean for that period. Check that the video is still running, big plus. Okay, so that's 58 divided by 4, we get 14.5. So May's value is starting to take shape. We've got 14.5. Remember that sits between May and June. So we've used the 2 data points on this side, 2 data points on that side. Now we're going to go 12.75 and add that to 14.5. So I can go 12.75 divided all by 2 equals 13.625. Okay, so we'll keep going. We'll do one more. So again, we've got, similar to this, we are not going to have a value there nor there, and that means down the bottom end here we're not going to have a value there or there. Okay, so we'll now work out the values from May to August. Okay, it's easy if you look at your last calculations. Last was April to July, next month is May, next month is August. So May is 22 plus 18 plus 13 plus 7. Add those up, 22 plus 18 plus 13 plus 7 divided all by 4 equals 15. Okay, and we should get here a value of 14.75 if my brain or this calculator isn't broken. So add that to 14.5, divide that by 2, and 14.75. Okay, a little bit of a tedious process when you're asked to do it by hand, but that hopefully gives you a good idea of how to create a 4 moving mean and also a 2 moving mean. All right, if you thought this was helpful, show it to your friends, anyone doing VCE that thinks that's simple enough to understand, give it a thumbs up, like it, log in under your dad's name on his Facebook page and Google account, etc., and subscribe to my channel on his behalf. I'm sure he'd love it. Okay guys, have a great evening. See ya.